Peacetown, what a beautiful place. Peacetown, come show your face. Peacetown, it's full of grace. It's a beautiful place, such a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place to be. Hello, friends and neighbors, and welcome to Peacetown, a place where we encourage and embrace love, peace, and joy in you, in our community, and in our world. We seek to bring out the best in one another by creating the good, the holy, and the beautiful through music, art, dance, poetry, and in our day-to-day lives. I'm your host, Jim Corbett, and I hope as you view the creativity in Peacetown, you will be encouraged to embrace your own creativity and bring love, peace, and joy to your world. Please enjoy the show. In Peacetown, what a beautiful place. Peacetown, come show your face. Peacetown is full of grace. It's a beautiful place, such a beautiful place. It's a beautiful place to be. But first, a drum blessing from Onye.
Welcome to Peacetown. Today, let us celebrate our youth, our young boys and our young girls, also our young women. What have we as adults, parents, elders to offer to our youths? What inspiration, encouragement can you share in their lives? What is important in you that you need to reverence in their heart, in their spirit, to make their wholeness pure? In the direction they need to go in each of their lives in respect of their calling to share in the world. Our youths, our young girls need to be respected. Our young women need to be honored. Initiations, the passages of life from youth to adulthood. A place where our youth can find strength, confidence, self-esteem. A place they can find power to deal with all the matters of the world, so they can behold before the universe and access all they require to be strong in their psyche, in their heart, and their body, so they are not disoriented. The society need to support our youths, our young girls, our young women, to let them nourish, let them flourish, let them grow. What are we doing? What have we to offer them? In which direction must they go so they find who they are, their own identity in life? Welcome our youths with unconditional love, with unconditional acceptance, with unconditional tolerance. Bring them closer and set them free to discover the richness, good and bad, of our worlds. Blessings to our youths and celebration forthcoming in your life.
Hey, Peacetown, please welcome the titan of the Telecaster, Bill Kirchin.
Peacetown. I sure wish we were all together again in the park this summer, but it's not going to be. One thing is going to be, though, I'm going to be at the polls in November and I'm going to vote. I'm so going to vote. And if you're wondering who I'm going to vote for, I'm going to vote for peace. Come gather round, people, wherever you roam, and admit that the waters around you have grown, and accept it that soon you'll be drenched to the bone. If your time to use worth saving, now you better start swimming or you'll sink like a stone, and the times they are changing. Come writers and critics who prophesize with your pen, just keep your eyes wide, the chance won't come again. Now don't speak too soon, with the wheels still in spin, and there's no telling who that they're naming, and the loser now is later to win, and the times they are a-changing. Senators and congressmen, please heed the call, and don't stand in the doorway, don't block up the hall, for he who gets hurt will be he who has stalled. And now the battle outside raging will soon shake your window and rattle your walls, and the times they are a-changing. Come mothers and fathers throughout this land, and I don't criticize what you can't understand, for your sons and your daughters, they're beyond your command. You know the old road is rapidly aging, you better get out of the new one if you can't lend a hand, and the times they are a-changing. Now the line it is drawn, and the curse it is cast, and the slow one now will later be fast, as the present now will later be past. You know the order is rapidly fading, and the 45th one now will later be last, and the times they are changing.
So here we are with Bill Kirchen, Titan of the Telecaster.
Oh.
I know. You know, do you still play that Telecaster that's made of 200-year-old pine? Is that still a main guitar?
Yeah, that's my main guitar.
No kidding.
Yeah, and I had, for years and years, I had another one, and I've had that one now for over 10 years. But the wood, as you mentioned, it came up the river from, down the river from the Adirondacks to build New York City. And when this guy in the village, he gets them when they rehab lofts in the village, or they call it the Bowery Pine series.
Yeah,
he makes out of recycled wood. So
well, that old pine really has some kind of magic in it. It really does. It's so hey, so I have a couple of memories of you that I just got to share. But first of all, I got to talk about Peacetown. And first of all, thank you for being here. We're so disappointed because we were really looking forward to seeing you. And the reason why, too much fun, and actually you're almost like 3 or 4 much fun. I mean, it's more than too much fun at this point. But the reason why we enjoyed you so much is that not only was the show spectacular the last time you played, but at the end, the conclusion, you did something that reminds us of the fact that you've always been on some leading edge of our musical scene. You launched into a version of Bob Dylan's "The Times That They Are Changing" that was not the tune played the way people normally play it fast, and it was an anthem. And every 1,500 people got chills and went absolutely silent, and it was church. It was amazing.
And that's an example of, I remember I read this in a Pete Seeger book when I was first learning the banjo in the 60s. A good tune stands up to rough treatment. But, but I worked up that anthem version of it, anthemic version, in the run up to Obama's election.
Yeah.
And that I was like, yeah. And I'm a huge Dylan fan. I saw him go electric at Newport in 1965. I saw him, he played my high school solo the year before, and I saw him in Newport. So I saw him 3 times in 64 and 65. So I knew those first 10 albums backwards and forwards. So it's just a great song. And
well, what a great foundation. But the thing that was so, that was so touching was the immediacy, the relevance, the actual presence of the sound of prophecy. I mean, so Bill, that was really remarkable. Okay, so now from there, from the sacred and the divine to the first time I ever saw you play was at the end of the beginning, Commander Cody. This is back in like maybe either 1969 or 1970. I'm not sure which, but back then.
Way back,
And you guys were late. The show, your set was, I mean, you were the headliners and you were supposed to be coming on stage and people were waiting and you were like from the airport or something and you showed up, everyone rushed on stage. They had called ahead, somebody ran out and got some Kentucky Fried Chicken. That's the only thing they could find. They ran these, because you guys were starving, they ran these buckets of chicken up and everyone's eating chicken as fast as they can. I remember Commander Cody George, he was like you were eating chicken. You tuned up and started playing your first song with bits of Kentucky Fried Chicken on your strings.
My secrets.
So what I want, it was the craziest thing, man. We were just stunned.
I still got that telly right over there in the garage.
Oh man. And we're thinking to ourselves, oh my God, this is how it's really done. But from there to your Grammy-nominated instrumental, Poultry in Motion.
Poultry, there you go.
There seems like a direct line.
Yeah. With all the people that I had known and played with through the years, a lot of Bay Area, we came out and got Dan Hicks and Maria Muldaur and Norton Buffalo on it.
Oh, yeah.
The late, great Norton. And and Elvis Costello, Nick Lowe, and Paul Carrick are on it. And that's the second one. And the third one, we revisited all those great old Cody songs, many of which you saw me do at the end of the beginning in 1969.
Absolutely. Well, one of the songs, and I wonder, I mean, I remember you playing it, and it knocks people out. It continues to blow people away. Hot Rod Lincoln.
Yeah.
I mean, it just seems like it is such a classic. And so we had about 16 or 1,700 people at your show last time you were at Peacetown. I mean, this is how many people are going like, 500 of them were guitar players. And they were all standing around going, is he going to play Hot Rod Lincoln? Because it's like a tour. It's like a tour through everything that makes us love guitar. It totally is. And I don't know how you pull it off. Do you look forward to it, or do you go, oh no, not one more time?
No. Maybe I almost think I should feel guilty for not being sick of it, but I'm not sick of it all. First off, I'm the guy that found the song on a Johnny Bond record back in the 60s and brought it to the band. And it's a great song, and it's got legs on it. I mean, it's been done a zillion times by different people. But then what happened to me is when the Cody band was gone, I started singing it. I'd always been the guitar player. That was my guitar riff. But I started singing it, and just for fun, we started adding all those little guitar hooks, you know.
Yes.
It started out like a caddy. The caddy pulled over, let me buy a honk honk car horn. The next thing we know, Johnny Cash pulled over. Down. We were off to the races, and we never practiced it. We just added people on stage, and it was live. And so you'd have to the drummer would go, yeah, okay, I can do that. So it's fun, man. And I still do it, and I still love doing it. And I am no way sick of it, and I'm always delighted to do it. I don't think it'll end up on the video festival thing, but
yeah,
it's long. A lot of people, there's other people want to play in, but I will always do it. I will accept that I think we're ground floor.
Yeah, no, it's amazing. Well, it's still one of the best albums. Just in terms of authentic, but of course you've done a dozen CDs. I recommend the Proper Years. I think that collection gives people a real chance to get up close and personal.
If you can't find something you like on 38 songs, I'll give you back.
You'll give them the money back. No, I think they will be able to find something. Hey, so Bill, we really miss having you here at Peacetown.
So much.
We're at least keeping the flame alive by having this video series that we're doing of our concerts, and I know that they're thrilled to see you right now. And so we want you to know that the North Bay area still has a whole lot of love for you and your Telecaster and your music and Too Much Fun. So I don't know, we're going to see you next year. Hopefully this will roll this all around, and count on coming out to the North Bay and joining us.
I left the Berkeley, Oakland area and moved directly to Glen Ellyn, man. And it was one of the lovely periods of my life at 72, 3, something like that.
Who's counting? Yeah.
And I remember when we first came to that show, we didn't fly in. We drove up from Oakland where we live. And we thought by the time we got to Cotati, we thought, this must be real near the Oregon border by now.
It was really near the Oregon border in a way.
A lot of ways, yes.
Yeah. Well, it's a pleasure seeing you. Thank you so much. Now we're going to check out another Bill Kirchen, Too Much Fun. Thank you, Bill.
Thank you very much. Good work.
Well, he put 6 strings on a maple stick, stuck it on a slab of ash, sold one to Luther, threw in a pit, set him out with Johnny Cash. Now couldn't Leo Fender and the gang have known at the factory in Fullerton that the honk and twang of the Telecaster tone would outlast them everyone. Crack a clutch line casing all up in your face, your thunder and lightning rod. the junction to form and function. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk god. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk gods. Well, that's red with two D's to you. Well, there's Wayne and Keith off the top of my head, Chrissy, Cropper, and the boss. Why, Johnny be good, I had the one. He would have been the St. Louis Telecaster Hoss. You crack a plush light case all up in your face, shit thunder and lightning ride. Well, it was born at the junction of form and function. The honky-tonk gods. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk gods. You got a plush light case and all up in your face, your thunder and lightning ride. Born at the junction of form and function. It's the hammer of the honky-tonk gods. Oh, it's the hammer of the honky-tonk gods.
Hey friends and neighbors, and welcome to the Sebastopol Area Senior Center. I'm Jim Corbett, and we are really glad to be here to introduce you to some of the board of directors and the director of the Senior Center to let you know how things are going during COVID and rolling through the programs. Thanks. Here we go. I'm really excited to be here with one of the great sponsors of Peacetown for as long as we've been in existence, Mr. Craig Boblet and his dear wife, Pat. And you also are a big part of other community endeavors, the Sebastopol Senior Center. That's one of your babies too.
Yes. Well, personally, I've been serving as a board member for the Sebastopol Area Senior Center, and want to tell you about how the SASC impacts the town and seniors from here to the coast. Our many programs have been a lifeline for seniors without support. Our staff and volunteers are dedicated to keeping seniors well, engaged, and safe. COVID-19 has put a new challenge in front of us, but we have responded. Online classes, phone call check-ins, phone buddy program, meals delivered, and just someone to listen.
As y'all know, we're closed, but our mission, or part of our mission, is to make sure seniors are not isolated or feel isolated. And certainly that is a challenge in these days where we're fighting a virus that, our main clients are being told to stay home.
We're providing 900 meals a week to about 140 seniors. We have 40 volunteers that are delivering those meals. Council on Aging, Pacific Market, and Wildflower Bakery have all helped put the food together for us. And each senior gets 7 frozen entrees, a bag with milk and fruit, a dessert, and bread. So they're very happy to receive that. Many say they do not feel comfortable going shopping or leaving their house at all, so that we have this delivered every Thursday morning. 40% of our income is from individual donors, so that's still very important to us. Our legacy store provides a significant chunk of our income every year.
Hi everyone, welcome to The Legacy. This is Nick Finucci. During the COVID in Sonoma County, we are now doing a sidewalk sale. We're not allowed to let anyone into the store. We're here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday from 10 to 1. And we are accepting donations by appointment only on Tuesdays and Wednesdays. If you come on down, we have our popular items out here, and if there's something you're looking for that's not out here, please let me know and I will do my best to bring it out. Hope to see you down at the Legacy.
People are really hungry for fabric, yarn, crafting materials. That's all they sell, and people are really lining up to get those materials. So we really appreciate that support. We used to have like 350 folks a week come in here. We were offering 45 different programs. So we have cut back, but we're still offering many services that we can to help people, and hope we can open again when it's safe. Some things are up in the air about some of our funding sources right now, so we do continue to need everybody's support, and we appreciate so much the support that this community is giving to this senior center.
Hey, Peacetown, please welcome the new copacetics.
Under her bed, that's right. Have mercy, baby. Have mercy on me. Oh, but if you leave me, baby, girl, if you put me down, I'm gonna go to the nearest river, child.
Okay, so hey, Tim Eshelman, here we are at Peacetown. Hey, man, welcome. First of all, I feel like an old world prophet saying this, but the entire country, the entire world needs a new copacetic.
Well, that's true. I mean, when are things ever going to be copacetic at this point?
I know. Well, but the amount of prophecy, the amount of foresight, the visionary, the looking forward that you guys have done with your band, it's like, it's amazing. Yeah, we do need that new copacetic. But the other thing that I was really sad about not having a live show, because these warm Wednesday afternoons when we would do these concerts, they're so fabulous. I was looking forward to the telecasters, because here's Bill Kirchen, Titan of the Tellies, and Sean Allen is one of the finest players. He is truly a phenomenal guitar player, and something that you do too that I want to ask you about, because it's so unusual. Most people cop out and just play a standard Fender bass because it's easy to haul around, and you go the distance.
Well, you know, I think in the beginning of this band, I really liked the idea of Americana in the sense of a little bit of a return to more folk sound, but not all the way back, like just a little bit, like lean. So what we have in this band is basically all acoustic except for Sean. So we've got acoustic piano. Every track on the album is done on my little Wurlitzer acoustic piano, and string bass, drums are acoustic. So Sean is the only thing that's not acoustic. So it's mostly acoustic. So that I like the, you know, it's funny. There's problems with string bass, especially recording it. It's really volatile, you know, and it's kind of it's almost like a heartbeat or a pulse as much as it is a note. It's like this wild thing.
Really, really just is so foundational. And the thing that's so unusual about your music, because your music, I mean, it rocks, it moves. It has that really fat, warm analog bottom, but then you and Dallas sing. So Dallas Craft's also your piano player.
Yeah.
And somehow the blend, she's a secret weapon, because the blend of your voices just seems, it really,
awesome. Thank you, man. Well, that's a compliment to me more than her, because everybody knows she's an amazing singer.
Well, yeah, I know Dallas. I mean, yeah, of course she is. Yeah.
It's also kind of me playing around with the mix so that it works. Okay, but no.
That we're living in right now. Well, besides Dallas, Kevin Hayes on drum. Now, I remember hearing him play drums with his sister, Bonnie Hayes, who everybody knows is an incredible songwriter, a spark plug. I mean, when she's up on stage, she doesn't even bother standing on the stage. She's above it somewhere between 3 to 8 inches at all times. I mean, that girl is crazy. But also, every one of you guys has stellar background in terms of the musicians you've played with. Like you've worked with Etta James and Jesse Colin Young, who I love, and of course the Christmas Jug Band, which is a beloved, renowned institution of silliness. Just when we need it the most. And Tommy Thompson is somebody that Sean has played with, who we just featured on one of our shows earlier.
You know, Tommy, I think it was Tommy got Sean into the Western Swing Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well, it really makes sense, because Tommy is just one of those guys who really has it. But the area of Americana that you're in is perhaps my favorite, because your motto just rings true. And I think that every musician secretly has exactly the motto. We either wrote it or wish we had. So, hey, thank you, Tim. Thank you for spending time with us here at Peacetown. And we're going to check out some more new copacetics. Thanks.
Thanks, Frank. Appreciate it, man.
Dancing, some were clapping hands, and some others were just lying close, making sweet romance. But the hour was growing later, the party had sure been fun. And when Frankie said, "Come on, let's break it up," everybody spoke out as one. one more time. Does something to me and sure feel fine. Yeah, lay that fasting one more time. We're gonna be in clover. Don't you dare turn it over. Why don't you lay that fasting one more time? All over the crowd was shouting the end of another show. 110 behind him, there was 44 more to go. Some people had gone crazy, seen her jumping up and down on the aisle, and the memory of their faces, how it made them poor boys smile. But somebody said, oh, come on now, let's make it to the hotel room. Just when the doors flew back, in come a pack, they hollered, honey, you spoke too soon. They had fasting one more time. Does something to me, it sure feel fine. Yeah, yeah, they had fasting one more time. You're gonna get some action, we don't get satisfaction. No one needs to put it to your player one more time. All over the crowd was shouting, here's another show. 110 behind him, 44 more than show to go. Somebody said, let me make it to the hotel room. Just then the doors flew back, in come a pack, they holler, honey, it's go too soon. Play that fast, one more time. Does something to me and it sure feels fine. Sure feel fine now, baby. Lay that fasting one more time. We're gonna be in clover. Don't you dare turn it over. Why don't you play that fasting one more time? Ooh, that's something to me. It sure feel fine. Yeah. Play that fasting one more time. You're gonna get some action. We don't get satisfaction. No one needs to finish the play one more time. Yeah, one more time. One more time.
How to describe the inexpressible, the unexplainable, that at Peacetown, over years, we have learned together how to step into the ineffable. It sounds mysterious, but I want to point out that it is not some la la la. It is not some made up thing. This is the field of quantum physics. The actual reality of what we're doing is we are entering a morphic field of connectivity that's called quantum entanglement by the nerds of science. But entanglement, what they mean by that is connection. So we enter a field of connection with people and creatures and all of life and their communities when we as individuals allow ourselves to dive deep in community into this place of a celebratory silence, a place where words can't go, where inexpressible, inexplainable, ineffable, where it's beyond me even saying something about it right now, right? Except that it's an invitation. It's an invitation for us to share. What does work, and this is the beauty of having Jim Corbett, Mr. Music, as our guide with his magic flute, what does work is music. Music can take us deep and it can carry us. So allow the magic flute of Mr. Music to take you into a deep, gentle spiral into the place where you find peace in your heart and celebrate the gift of your own life. And in our community, as we do this together, all of life is touched by us, and we're touched by all of life. Blessings.
Music is medicine. It is almost impossible to find someone who does not feel a strong connection to music. Surgeons have often played their favorite music to relieve stress in the operating room, and extending music to patients has been linked to improved surgical outcomes. Music can heal and sing to the soul. Music is all around us. You can create music by tapping your foot or by humming. Did you know that humming and tapping are a way to self-soothe? It can calm the central nervous system. It's a great way to ground and focus, reduce anxiety, and can even lower your blood pressure. Music education is something Peacetown desires to make accessible to children of all ages everywhere. Music education and exposure supports academic achievement, ignites all area of child development and skills for school readiness, intellectual, social and emotional, motor language, and overall literacy. It helps the body and the mind work together. Exposing young children to music helps them to learn the sounds and the meanings of words. Dancing to music helps children build motor skills while allowing them to practice self-expression. For children and adults, music helps strengthen the memory skills. Children of all ages express themselves through music. Playing music for infants proves that even at an early age, children sway, bounce, or move their hands in response to the music they hear. Many preschoolers make up songs and with no self-consciousness, sing to themselves as they play. Children in elementary school learn to sing together as a group and possibly learn to play a musical instrument. Older dance to the music of their favorite bands and use music to form friendships and share feelings. So get out your dancing shoes and sing on.
Our understandable wish to preserve the planet must somehow be reduced to the scale of our competence. Love is never abstract. It does not adhere to the universe, or the planet, or the nation, or the institution, or the profession, but to the singular, the sparrows in the street, the lilies in the field, the least of these, my brothers and sisters. Love this miraculous world that you did not create, but which is a gift to you.
Antonio Machado, the Spanish poet, said, "I have walked along many roads and open paths through brush. I've sailed on 100 seas and tied up on 100 shores, and everywhere I've gone, I've seen excursions of sadness, angry and melancholy drunkards with black shadows, and academics in their offstage clothes who look and say nothing and think they know because they don't drink wine in ordinary bars. They're evil men who walk about polluting the earth. And everywhere I've gone," says Machado, "I've seen men who dance and play when they can, and work the few inches of ground around them. When they show up somewhere, they never ask where they are. They don't know how to hurry, not even on holidays. When they take a trip, they ride on the backs of old mules. They drink wine, if there is some, if not, cool water. These men are the good ones who love and work and walk and dream. And on a day no different than any other, they lie down beneath the earth. These men are the good ones who love and work and walk and dream."
Show your face. Peacetown is full of grace. It's a beautiful place.
Another thing you can do is you can sponsor a show. Check out in these programs that you'll watch the way that our local business people are presented with love, with affection, showing how they're interconnected with our community. And we always like to shop and spend money with our friends. And check out the one last week from People's Music. It was on the Janova Magnus show. It was show number 5. You get a feel for this is what we can do for you. So if you want to reach our community of around 1,500 to 2,000 people that are an active part of Peacetown, contact us at peacetown.org.
Whatever your religion, no matter what.
Hey, citizens of Peacetown, fly your Peacetown colors with our t-shirts for men, women, and kids. Get your warm and cozy hoodie in red, blue, or black. And we also have Peacetown wine glasses and Peacetown pint-sized beer mugs. Become a Peacetown ambassador at peacetown.org. That's PEACETOWN.org. And show your support for the Peacetown community. Peace out.
And remember, dear friends, you are loved, loving, and lovable.